Hello and welcome to Rathods IS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 15th February 2024. So first of all, we are going to see the quote of the day. So especially you are getting philosophical essays in the two sections, that is section A and section B. So earlier, even before 2 years, the question paper pattern of essay was like, so one essay is from current affairs and one essay is from philosophical. But from last 2 years onwards, we are seeing that in section A and section B, both are philosophical essays. And especially students, you are facing lots of problems to write those philosophical essays. So because of that, I thought that why can't I take some quotes and why can't I explain that quotes? So if I explaining that, then you will be getting habituated to think about how to squeeze GS examples and how can you write that essay. So many students, they have a myth. So I want to burst that myth here is, so philosophical essays can be written only by the philosophical optional students. It is not like that. So these philosophical essays, you are not entirely philosophical. So you can write examples from your real life and from the famous personalities and some theories of thought, and you can squeeze examples from the GS what you have read. Okay, so I'll explain those things. Okay, don't worry. And one request from my side here is, so if you're watching this analysis of Rathods IS, please do watch consistently. And one more thing here is, please don't leave this session without hitting the like button. So if you really like this session, then only you can hit the like button. Okay, so I want genuine likes from you students. Yes, now let us see the PDF of Hindu, and I am taking Delhi edition. So and one more comment I got in yesterday's or day before yesterday's lecture is that for UPSC preparation we have to read only this Delhi edition or not. No, it is not like that. So whichever the edition that you are getting, okay, in which city that you are living, so you will be getting that edition like Coimbatore edition, Bangalore, Hyderabad, okay, Thiruvananthapuram, Chennai, like that. So whichever edition that you are getting, so you can read that. There will be no problem in selection of edition of Hindu. Okay, so this is clear, right? So now let us start with our analysis. So this is the front page. So in front page, we have one article. And one more thing here is, many students are doing this mistake. That is, you are spending more than 3 hours of time in reading newspaper. So there will be hardly not more than 7 to 8 articles in your Hindu paper which are relevant from our examination point of view. So don't read each and every article and each and every word which is given in the articles. Okay, so don't do this mistake. Okay, so now let us see this first front page and first article. So first article is, Tamil Nadu passes resolution against one nation, one election plan. Okay, so this article is talking about one nation, one election plan. So I hope you can see, right? One nation, one election plan. So the key word here is one nation, one election. So now let us see this topic in detail. So let us see the dimensions. So this article is talking about one nation, one election, right? So another name here is simultaneous election. So this article is talking about one nation, one election. So what is the meaning of that? Yes, many of you are beginners, right? So I will make you understand. So this is center. So this is center, and in center we have number of states, and not only states, we are also having UTs. Okay, so please let me know how many states and UTs are present in India in comment box. So at the center we have Lok Sabha. So for Lok Sabha we have direct elections. So let us take parliament into consideration now. So in this parliament, especially we have two houses, upper house and lower house. So upper house is Rajya Sabha and lower house is Lok Sabha. So for this Lok Sabha, we have direct elections. So people will be participating in these elections. And for Rajya Sabha, we have indirect elections. So here we are not bothering about Rajya Sabha here, but we are bothering about this Lok Sabha. And at the state level, in some states we have unicameralism, in some states we have bicameralism. Yes or no? Unicameral, in some states we have bicameral. So bicameral means we have two houses, that is legislative assembly and as well as legislative council. State legislative assembly and state legislative council. Unicameral means we have only state legislative assembly, there will be no council. Clear? Yes or no? Yes. So for this council, again we have indirect elections like Rajya Sabha, and for legislative assembly we have direct elections. Clear? So this is about the election pattern in central level and as well as in state level. And even we have local level also we have elections for this panchayats and municipalities. We are not talking about that local. We are talking about state level and as well as we are talking about at central level. Okay, so far it is clear, right? Yes. So now we are talking about one nation, one election. So very recently, okay, in the month of December and November, so especially 5 states they had elections. And it's 2024, so some states like AP and as well as we have Lok Sabha elections. So that means you can understand, so there is separate elections which are happening for Lok Sabha and states. So all the states which are present in our country, they are not having the elections at the same time. Okay, and that time it is also not meeting with this Lok Sabha elections. So this simultaneous elections is nothing but we are talking about the elections for both Lok Sabha and as well as state legislative assemblies together. Okay, that is the concept of the simultaneous elections. So this is the concept, you understood, right? So it is called as one nation, one election, that is elections for Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies together. Yes, here you have to know some dimensions. Okay, so let me write short term, one nation, one election. So here you have to know some important dimensions. So what are those dimensions, or what is one nation, one election? And you have to know like history of this one nation, one election. That means when we got independence in 1947, so from that time onwards, yes, we had simultaneous elections at that time. But because of resolution of government, for example, dismissal of government, or because of no confidence motions had been passed, everything what happened? So that led to the collapse of state government. So because of that, later on what happened? We are not having the simultaneous elections. So here you have to see like what are the advantages if you are moving towards this one nation, one elections, and even you have to see like what are the disadvantages and what are the challenges that we have to implement this one nation, one election. And last but not least, you have to see like what is the present context. So what is the issue with this Tamil Nadu state government regarding this one nation, one election? And even you have to know about census data of 2024. So actually, yes, as of now we have the delimitation, okay, it is based on 1971 census data. So we want to go for upgradation because the population is increasing day by day. And even United Nations Population Prospect Report, which said that India is going to beat China. Okay, and India is going to be the first largest populous country in the world. So because of this, yes, based on the population, we have to go for delimitation. So now the present government at the union level, that is central government, said that, so we are going to have this 2021 census data by 2024, and after that, based on that data, we are going for delimitation. And after this delimitation, we are going to implement this one nation, one election. But this move is objected by Tamil Nadu state government, and Tamil Nadu state government passed resolution against this statement of central government. So this is the present context, and now we are going to see all these dimensions. So this article is at most important from your GS paper 2 under polity. So there is a high chance, 99% of chance to get mains question from this one nation, one election. Clear? So in this way, you have to read any topic which is present in the news, that which is relevant from our examination point of view. So if you understood like how to read this and how to connect the topics, so please hit the like button. So don't leave the session without hitting the like button. Clear? Yes. And now let us see the notes part. So actually today I forgot to discuss the quote. So now we are going to discuss the quote, and after discussing the quote, we are going to move on to our topic. Okay, please excuse me for today. Yes, today's quote is, don't give up what you want most for what you want now. So many students, they will do this mistake. That is, they want temporary happiness. Yes, they are focusing on temporary happiness. So for that temporary happiness, they will be living what they want to be in the future. Yes, this quote is very relevant, and we can connect this quote with our UPSC preparation. So in UPSC, there are 3 important key to clear this examination is, first one is hard work. So I believe these 3 are very important. So first one is hard work, and second one is consistency, and third one is perseverance. So these 3 are important for cracking UPSC, and especially when the students, they started preparation, so they will be having 100% Josh. They will be saying that within 1 year I will be cracking, I will be covering each and every subject, and initially they will be studying for 10 hours, 12 hours, sometimes 14 hours. But as the time is going on, like 3 months passed, 4 months passed, and what happened? The graph will come down. Yes or no? So initially they will be having Josh, and the graph will be moving up, and even they will be reaching 14 hours per hour, so per day. And what happened after some time? So they will be coming up, coming down, and whenever they will come across with any interview of topper or any guidance videos or any motivational speech, etc., and again the peak will go on. Okay, and after some time again that peak will come down. So it should not be there. So it is not the quality of a topper. So always they need to maintain this consistency and perseverance in their preparation. So actually this quote says that, so you have to always think about the future goal. So you should always focus on your future goal. You should not focus on the temporary happiness. Okay. So you can connect this topic with our great freedom fighters. So great freedom fighters, always their vision was to get independence from the Britishers. So they didn't give up because of their temporary happiness. Okay, so for example, whenever they are doing march or whenever they are doing strikes, etc., so they had been beaten hard by the Britishers, and even they were put in jails, especially in Rangoon jail, so jails which are present outside of India, etc. But even though they came back and they focused on this freedom movement, and finally that led to the India became free from these Britishers after 400 years. Okay, so in this way you can connect our articles from the GS towards this type of quotes. I hope you understood, right? Yes, and now let us move on. So let us see the context. So here context says that Tamil Nadu Assembly unanimously adopted two resolutions which is against Union government's One Nation, One Election proposal. So Union government, the central government, came up with this proposal of One Nation, One Election. So against this, yes, Tamil Nadu State Assembly passed two resolutions. So when we are going to have, this delimitation. After this, new census data is released, and after delimitation we are going for this One Nation, One Elections, that is simultaneous election. So this was a statement given by our central government. Clear? Yes or no? Yes. Now let us move on to this topic, and actually there is one word which is given here, that is the August House. Yes, many students, they will be confusing with this August House. What is this? So we came up with this lower house, upper house. So what is this August House? So because of this, I don't want to create any confusion in you. I want to clear the confusion, right? So because of that, I also came up with the content regarding what is this August House. So August House, it is a traditional and respectful way of referring to the parliament. So parliament is our legislative body, right? So to represent this parliament or legislative body, so the traditional respectful way here is to call parliament as August House. So the term August is often used to convey the sense of dignity, the sense of reverence and importance. So it is a way of acknowledging the significance of this institution, and even talks about the role it plays in the governance of the country. It plays a very, very important role in the governance of the country. Yes or no? Obviously, right? So the use of this August House, which reflects esteemed nature of parliament, and even talks about the decision and as well as proceedings which are going on in the house. So this is the meaning of August House. So the resolution which passed by this Tamil Nadu state government is against the delimitation. So this delimitation statement of central government, which says like this, that is, this August House urges Union government that the delimitation process to be carried out after 2026 on the basis of census. Okay, and if the number of seats of the on the basis of population is to increase, it shall be maintained at the present ratio of constituencies between the states and assemblies and both houses of parliament fixed on the basis of population of 1971. So as per this 1971 data, so we have the number of constituencies now. Okay, delimitation process is nothing but we are going for redrawing of constituencies according to the population. So now let us see what is this concept of One Nation, One Election. So One Nation, One Election is also called as simultaneous elections. So the idea of this One Nation, One Elections, it envisages a system where elections will be conducted for both Lok Sabha and as well as states, that is state legislative assembly, simultaneously at the same time. So this One Nation, One Election, which involves restructuring of Indian election cycle in a manner that elections to the states and center synchronizes. That means at the same time we have the elections for central government and as well as states government. And here this One Nation, One Elections means that voters, they will cast their vote for electing members of LS and as well as state legislative assemblies on a single day at a same time. For example, I am going into the polling booth. Okay, after checking everything, then I will be entering into the polling booth and I will be pressing the button in EVM for both legislative assembly and as well as Lok Sabha together. Yes, so what is the purpose of this simultaneous elections? Yes, so important purpose here is it will reduce expenditure for the government, because there is a data which says that in 2014 general elections, so the cost which incurred for the election is around rupees 3,870 crores. So here whenever you are having these common elections for the state legislative assembly and union parliament, we can reduce this expenditure drastically. And second important advantage here is it will also lead to the proper functioning of government. So whenever this model code of conduct, that is MCC, which comes into play, okay, it will be effect twice in a 5-year cycle. So because of this, it will be affecting the conduct or the functioning of government. So whenever we are having this type of simultaneous elections, we can ensure the improved function of government. And next one is turnout will increase. So even whenever we are having this simultaneous elections for this assembly and as well as Lok Sabha, even we can ensure there will be increased turnout. And next one is it will also reduce the strain on administrative setup and security forces. So these are the very important advantages of implementing this simultaneous elections. And now let us see what is the criticism of this simultaneous elections. So it will impact voters' judgment. It will impact voters' judgment. So national and state issues, they are different. And whenever we are holding the simultaneous elections, it is likely to affect the judgment of voters. And even it is against the concept of federalism. Even it is against the concept of federalism. So when an election in a state is postponed until the synchronized phase, president's rule will have to be imposed in interim period in that state. Okay. So because of this, it will blow democracy and as well as federalism. So whenever elections in the state is postponed, okay, at that time here president needs to impose state emergency or president's rule. So please let me know which is the article of our constitution talks about president's rule. So here in our constitution we have this emergency provisions. So in this emergency we have 3 types of emergency. So first one is national emergency. Second one is state's emergency. It is also called as president's rule. And we have financial emergency. So I will be telling you the articles which deals with this emergency provisions. So please let me know which article suits for this president's rule. Article 352. We have Article 356 and Article 360. So out of these 3 articles, which article is talking about president's rule? Please let me know. Okay. And even one more criticism here is there are occasions where government may not complete the full term. So whenever state government comes into picture or comes into power, so it is having 5 years of tenure. Okay, so if you are implementing this simultaneous elections, some states government, they cannot complete their full term of 5 years. Okay, so because of this, it is also one cause of concern regarding implementation of simultaneous elections. And even what happens if you are imposing the simultaneous elections, that will also reduce accountability. Okay, and repeated elections, it keeps legislature on their laws and as well as increased accountability on their toes and increased accountability. So all these things are very, very important regarding simultaneous elections. So you understand this topic or not? So please let me know in the comment box, yes or no. Yes, now let us move back to our Hindu page. So this is a front page. Only one article is important from our Hindu page, that is front page today. And if you move on to this city page, so most of the articles are political articles, so they are nothing much important in this city page also. And you can move on to this states page. So here also I found nothing much important. Yes, here you can see one article that is about reconsider move on withdrawal of free movement regime. So this article is talking about free movement regime. So actually there are many things which are involved here. Now let us see the dimensions. So first of all, I will tell you which are the things that you have to focus. So here the keyword is free movement regime. Okay, and you have to see like 5 NGOs, they are asking central government to reconsider the decision to scrap, that is to remove this free movement regime along India-Myanmar border. So what is the India and Myanmar border? So how long it is? It is around 1643 kilometers. And you have to know about what are the provisions under this free movement regime. And one more important keyword that I found here, it is about United Nations. I found here is United Nations Declaration on Rights of Indigenous People 2007. It is also very important. So now let us see the dimensions. It is talking about India Myanmar border. So if you see India is sharing maritime boundary and continental boundary. So first one is continental boundary. It is also sharing maritime boundary. It is sharing maritime boundary. It is also sharing this continental boundary. Continental boundary means boundary with different countries, that is land boundary. For example, we are sharing boundary with Pakistan, Afghanistan on map, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh. So these 7 countries we are sharing direct land boundary, and with the water we are also sharing boundary with Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and even with Myanmar also we are sharing this maritime boundary. Okay, so here the issue is between India and Myanmar boundary. So for example, let us take this is India and this is Myanmar. So this is this line, okay, which I drawn here. So it is a boundary between India and Myanmar. So here between India and Myanmar we have agreement that is called as free border management or free border movement agreement. So especially northeastern part of India. So in India, northeastern part of India is sharing boundary with Myanmar. So in this northeastern part we have mainly tribal people and tribal hamlets. So these people, they will be moving across this border, okay, frequently. So because of this, here we came up with this free border movement. So till 16 kilometers, so there is a free movement. So there is no need of visa. But you know that the issue it is going on in Manipur. Okay, in Manipur, communal violence which is happening between these Metis and Kukis and Jos. Yes or no? So because of this, now central government took a decision to scrap, that is to remove this free border movement between India and Myanmar, and the government also said that from now onwards there is need of visa, okay, to cross the border. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said. So what is the present context here is there are 5 NGOs, they are requesting center to rethink about the decision. Okay, so in this context we have to know some dimensions, and this topic is important from GS paper 2 under international relations. Okay, it is very important, and under even GS paper 3 under economy it is also very important, and from GS paper 2 from polity it is also very important, because here we are writing about here we are talking about this right to movement. Okay, that comes under right to freedom. And you can also connect with the GS paper 1 under society, because how it is going to impact the culture of the people there. Okay, so all these are the important dimensions that you can think about this topic. Whether it is clear or not, please let me know in the comment box. Don't watch class idle, so please do comment so that we will be having interactions as well. Yes, now let us see the notes of this topic. So what is the context? A coordination body of 5 NGOs, that is non-governmental organizations in Mizoram, they requested central government to reconsider the decision of scrapping of free movement. Okay, free movement, free border movement, a free movement regime across this 1643 kilometers of India-Myanmar border. So if you see some details, it says that this free movement regime agreement entailed the border residents of both countries, and it will be allowing the people across the border to travel around 16 kilometers without any visa. So recently our Union Home Minister, he made a statement that we are going to withdraw this free movement regime. So why? What is the reason? Reason here is he cited security concerns and also ongoing civil war in Myanmar, and as well as now there is communal violence which is going on in Manipur. So because of these three reasons, like security concerns and civil war in Myanmar and ethnical conflict in Manipur, okay, so this decision which is taken by our Union Home Minister to maintain safety and security of our country. So being a signatory of United Nations Declaration on Rights of Indigenous People 2007, so finally here this article says that we are taking, that the central government is taking measures to assert the rights of indigenous people. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said. And now let us see some facts regarding this United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. United Nations Declaration on Rights of Indigenous People. So we are going to see some facts regarding this. So the declaration is a comprehensive statement. So what is this declaration? So this declaration is a comprehensive statement, and this statement which addresses human rights of indigenous people. It is addressing this human rights of indigenous people, and even it emphasizes rights of indigenous people to live in dignity, to maintain and to strengthen their own institutions, and it will be very much helpful for protecting of their culture and as well as tradition to pursue self-determined development. Okay, because every culture, every society, they had their own aspirations, they had their own culture, and they have the fundamental right to protect their culture, language, etc. Right? So other United Nations bodies, they address indigenous rights through conventions like ILO, that is International Labour Organization Convention, and as well as Convention on Biological Diversity. So United Nations declarations, they are not generally legal binding. Okay, so this is very important thing. And next one is, it was drafted and formally debated for over 20 years prior to being adopted by General Assembly in 2007. Okay, so that's it. And what is this free movement regime, that you know, and number of times we already discussed about this topic, right? So this free movement regime means nothing but, especially between this India and Myanmar, we have mainly Arakan Yoma. Yes or no? We have hills, that is extension of Himalayas. So in this hilly regions, normally it is inhabited by tribal people. They are called as hill tribes. Whether they are citizens of India or Myanmar, so they can travel within 16 kilometers on either side of India-Myanmar border. And even they can cross the border by producing a border pass with 1 year validity. So that will be issued by a competent authority and can stay up to 2 weeks per visit. And this free movement regime was implemented in year 2018 as part of Central Government's Act East policy. So as part of Central Government Act East policy, so this free movement regime was implemented in year 2018. And free movement regime is implemented by both governments for the people living across this India-Myanmar border. And in this way, this will be very helpful for the locals to get more culturally assimilated with trans-border villages, especially for weddings, for celebrating common festivals, and for trans-border trade. So this free movement regime is very important. And it is a reflection of physical, ethnic, linguistic, cultural and fraternal linkages along this trans-border villages. And if you are talking about India-Myanmar border, so it is around 1643 kilometers, and especially 4 states are sharing the boundary with Myanmar, that is Mizoram on one side, Manipur, Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so which are the police forces they have got in this? That is, we have Assam Rifles. Okay, Assam Rifles is tasked with guarding this India-Myanmar border. So this is about this topic, and let us move back to paper. And now let us see the another important article. So directly you can move on to this editorial page. You directly can move on to this editorial page, so that we have important articles in your editorial page. Yes, this is editorial page, right? So there are two articles which are very important. So first one is rescuing grace from disgrace. So this article is talking about presidential and governor address of first session of the House. Okay, as you all know that in Tamil Nadu the issue which is going on, and the governor, he refused to address the first session, right? So from this point of view it is important. And now let us see some dimensions. So what is this article talking about? It is talking about governor's address. So here you have to know about what is this governor address, and you have to know about which are the constitutional provisions, that is which are the articles in our constitution talks about this governor's address of first session of House, and you have to see what is the controversy now. Okay, so whether this refuse is done by the president or governor or not. Okay, you have to see like what are the examples regarding the refusal by the governor. So all these are very, very important dimensions that you have to think about. So let us see one by one. Okay, and one more important article it is talking here is about gender equality. So a demand that could hamper gender equality. So actually here you can connect this article with one report, that is gender gap index. So which is the organization releases this gender gap index? So we have World Economic Forum. WEF will be releasing this report, that is gender gap index. So this index which is saying that there is lot of gap which is between males and as well as female. So between male and female there is a lot of gap that is present in India. Not only in India, if you see the example which is given in this article is even in Japan they are also having this lot of gender gap. So there is no gender equality. So this article we can connect with other dimensions like women empowerment. We can connect with this women empowerment. So this is the first one. And second one, you can talk about gender inequality in society. So I will tell you some dimensions. Okay, so if you want you can make a note. So you have to see what is this gender equality concept. And you have to see like what are the reasons. You can collect those reasons from history onwards, from ancient history. So in ancient history, especially during this Vedic period onwards, inequality had been started. So earlier in IBC, we don't have that much inequality compared to Vedic period. So from Vedic period onwards, yes, there is inequality that had been started. And one more important reason here is patriarchy. Patriarchy in society. Okay, so in this way you have to collect the reasons for this increasing of gender inequality, and you have to see what are the measures which already taken by government. So measures which already taken by government, and you have to suggest future measures. You have to suggest future measures, and you can see like what is the impact. what is the impact of gender inequality in society? Okay, so all these are the very important dimensions. You can cover this topic from GS paper 1, GS paper 2, from society, social issues, and as well as from polity point of view. And even you can connect this topic from our economy point of view, because whenever there is increasing of gender inequality, the contribution of women to economy will be decreased. So from that point of view also we can think about this article. So now we are going to see both editorials together. We are going on to this notes page. Yeah, and one more thing I want to say here is prelims is very much near. Yes or no? And many students who are facing problem with understanding the content or to complete the subject. So if you're not understanding the basics concepts, or if you're facing any problem with any subject like history, geography, polity, economy, like that, you can take the courses that we are offering in Rathods IS. So for example, the cost is very minimal, even it is less than 3,000 rupees. So for economy it is around 110 hours. You will be getting that economy course within just 3,000 rupees only. And for history it is around 140 hours. You can get that course within 3,200 only. So remaining courses are very affordable and very less. So visit the website. I will be showing the website at last, so that have a look over the website and you can listen to the demo videos, and after watching the demo videos only you can go for purchasing of the course, and that will be important for both your prelims and as well as mains. Okay, so we are providing that much affordable prices because of taking into consideration that many students are preparing for UPSC from the rural background, and even they do not have the proper resources. And one thing I sincerely saying you that in market, to prepare for this UPSC, it is very costly and it's not affordable for many. And even before my marriage, so I was from a low middle class family, so I was not much affordable, and after I got married only, I was somewhat financially good. So because of that, here many students, they will be having the dream of clearing UPSC or dream of getting government job. So here, because of that, to make your dreams true, we are coming up with such a courses with a high quality, okay, and with a very less prices. So check the videos in website and take that courses. That will be absolutely very useful. And even we are coming up with foundational course for UPSC 2025, and the cost of that course is just 20,000 rupees, includes everything A to Z which is required to clear your prelims and mains. And if you want to take those courses, and if you want to get some query, if you want to get the details of that course, you can talk to me directly or you can text me on WhatsApp. So the number is 8074765513. You can talk to me directly, and even I will be available in Ashok Nagar this week. Okay, so I will be announcing the date when we are available in the offline branch. Okay, so that you can come to offline branch and you can directly talk to me. Okay, so now let's come back and let us see this topic of gender equality. So recent report of World Economic Forum, that is WEF, came up with this global gender gap report. It says that there is increasing of gap between male and female across the globe. So there is increasing or widening of gap between the male and female. Instead of decreasing, there is increasing of gap. So in the current situation, it would take around 135.6 years to achieve gender equality. It is a very huge time. That means the 3 generations in the future. So after 3 generations, we can see there will be the gender equality. At that time, we will be not staying on this earth. Don't worry. Yes, next one is looking at it specifically at the workforce level. A woman earns 84 cents, 84%, okay, what man is earning. So the participation of women in the labor force is significantly lower than that of men, and even fewer women hold leadership positions. And if one adds mandatory paid leave for periods to this, it would end up further dissuading companies from hiring women. Yes, now one issue here is gender equality is not there. There is increasing of inequality. So now there is one provision, and one thing that we are talking is for menstrual women, they have to get a paid leave. Okay, so menstruation means nothing but especially women who are in reproductive age, women who entered adolescent age, so they will start getting the periods, that is menstruation. So every month they will be getting this menstruation. So whenever menstruation is happening, they will be facing severe abdominal cramps, and because of that even they can't do the work. Okay, at that time here we are asking to provide mandatory, that is compulsory paid leave for this periods. That means women who are having these periods. So whenever we are asking companies to provide paid menstruating leaves, means it will be even disordering. The companies, they will be not coming forward to hire women. So that will lead to still widening of gender equality, right? So if government is ratifying the special status for the menstruating women, it validates social stigma around the menstruation, and even it would also exacerbate the period shaming in the country, where large swaths of people, they consider menstruation is impure. So especially even now also we have this concept of impurity of menstruation. So whenever any girl or woman who is just menstruating, means there are some orthodox societies that are present, and even they will not allow the woman to open the tap or to touch anything. Okay, they should not touch anything, and even they should not cook the food. So even this concept which is going on, that is menstruation is impure. So the most recent National Family Health Survey is saying that so 50% of women, they are between the ages of 15 to 24 years in India, they are continuing to use this cloth as menstrual protection. They are not having the having this accessibility for the pads, okay, that sanitary pads or like menstrual cups, etc. So experts, they are cautioning that reusing the cloth, that can increase the risk of contracting multiple infections. So it is one of the leading cause for the increasing of maternal mortality, or increasing of death of women during the labor, etc. So the girls, they often compelled to leave the schools for the facing of social exclusion during their menstrual cycles. So many children, they will not go to schools because they do not have the proper access to toilet, and they do not have the proper access to sanitary pads. Okay, they will not feel secure to go to school. And there are some arguments in favor of paid leave for menstruation. Okay, because we are giving some special status to this menstruating women, so that we can also create awareness among the people. And next one here is, it could also turn out to be another meaning step. Okay, because of this, yes, we can end the widening of gender gap in adventuringly. Okay, so this is the idea of this article. So please let me know your own opinion regarding this paid menstrual leave for women, because this type of questions you can expect in your interview. Okay, they want to test your mindset regarding the women and women welfare, women empowerment, especially boys. Yes, think about this topic and let me know your opinion regarding this paid menstrual leave for women. And next topic, it is about rescuing grace from disgrace. Yes, now let us see this topic. It is about the governor address. Yes, you know about this topic, right? So we already discussed in last class, and 2 days ago also we discussed that topic. Yes, the word customary and ceremonial and ritual are employed to describe the address of President of India to our Parliament, and also like governor's address of Houses of State. So here India is being a land of largely unquestioned custom. We have unquestioned customs, ceremonies, and as well as rituals. So these addresses of the heads of the states have also become the part of our life, of our polity. So now what is the issue here is, Tamil Nadu governor announced his decision after reading the first paragraph of address. So this address is prepared by the government, that is state government, that wish happiness, prosperity and well-being in the new year, and also quoted a couplet from Tirukkural. So please let me know what is this Tirukkural. So if you have read Sangam literature, yes, you will be coming across this word of Tirukkural. So please let me know what is that and who wrote. So if you're talking about the constitutional provisions regarding the governor address, so we have Article 176 which talks about state legislature, and here Article 87 talks about parliament. So 87 talks about the powers of president, which is regarding the address, first addressing of the first house, and governor is nothing but Article 176 talks about address of governor in the first session of the house. So this is a special power with regard to the two occasions. The first, it is to address the opening sessions of new legislature after the general elections, and second one is to address the first sitting of legislature each year. So there are two times the president or the governor need to address. The first one is after general elections, and next one is every year the first sitting. So a session of the new or continuing legislature cannot begin without the fulfilling this requirement. So it is a customary, okay. So it is like a ritual which is going on. So if you're talking about the governor's address to the state legislature, so this is the article, that is 176, that you have to keep always in your mind. So you'll be getting question like recently Article 176 is in news, what it is related to. Okay, so it is related to this governor address. And what is this address includes, what it contains. So here the president or governor's speech which follows the convention of British system. So we are following this British system. So it is also very important fact here. And it contains like legislative and policy proposals that governments intended to do, or even it also includes this recap the government's accomplishment that happened in the previous year. And the contents of this speech, they are put together by aggregating inputs from various ministries of the government. So what if president or governor, he disagrees with the text of the speech? Okay, are they still bound to read it if they are not accepting? Yes, this part is very important, and this is now relevant from our mains point of view. Okay, so the president or the governor, he cannot refuse to perform this constitutional duty of delivering the address. He have to do that. So you should not say no. So but there can be situations they can deviate from the text of speech prepared by the government. So they can deviate. So here there have been no instances that president doing so, but there are multiple occasions governors of the state, they skipped the portion of address. If they don't like, they will be skipping that part of address. Okay, that is the thing that you have to remember. And next important topic is BJP got 90% of all corporate donations in 2020 to 2023. It is according to this ADR report, that's Association of Democratic Reforms. So whenever you are talking about political party funding, or whenever you are talking about criminalization of politics, you are supposed to write this report, that is ADR report. It is very, very important. Okay, so this article is important from your GS paper 2 under politics. So here you have to know about political party funding, and you have to know about ADR, that is Association for Democratic Reforms. Yes, now let us see the context, why it is in news. So BJP party, the party which is in power in the union government or at the union level or at the central level. So here this Bharatiya Janata Party received nearly 90% of corporate donations. And what is the worth? It is around rupees 680.49 crores that 5 national parties together gathered. So other 5 national parties together gathered that much amount of money, but single Bharatiya Janata Party which received around 90% of corporate donations. So this is the data which is given by Association for Democratic Reforms. And if you see some details, it says that the report focuses on donations about 20,000 rupees which are received by national political parties. So I want to give you homework, students. So you have to know what is the criteria to be said a political party as a national party. So how many national political parties are there? So recently AAP, Aam Aadmi Party, also got this national party status. What is the reason? Why? So this is your question. So find the answer. So these political parties or like other 5 national political parties are Congress, Bahujan Samaj Party, Aam Aadmi Party, Communist Party of India M, that is CPIM, and National People's Party. So now let us see some facts regarding this Association for Democratic Reforms. So it is a political and non-partisan non-profit organization in India, and it is working for especially electoral and political reforms over 25 years. Okay, so this is very important. And now I want to give you, as usual, mains question. Mains question is examine. The keyword is examine the feasibility of one nation, one election plan in India. It is talking about feasibility of one nation, one election plan in India. And next one here is keyword is discuss. Discuss legal and constitutional issues related to this idea. So try to write answer, and the word limit is 250 words. Clear? So this is about this article, and these are the very important articles that appear in our today's Hindu newspaper. So I hope you enjoy, I hope you like this class. So if you really like this class, please hit the like button, don't forget. And where you can get the notes of this class. So here in this Rathods IAS classes Telegram channel, you can get the notes. And you can get the update regarding the classes in this channel. So please do join this group so that you will be getting lots and lots of updates. And this is our YouTube channel, Rathods IAS Academy. So do subscribe to this channel. And here in this Rathods IAS Academy website, you can get the details of these courses. So there are lots and lots of courses that we are providing. And you can click on this play course so that you can play 3 demo videos without paying a single penny. After watching that only, if you really liked it, then you can go for continue with the buy now. Okay, so that's all. And if you want to talk to me directly, you can call me on this number 8074765513. Okay, so that's all for today. So if you really like the class, hit the like button, and please do share this class with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. Thank you so much for watching.